Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Selby from Zenith Lifestyle, and today I just wanted to touch base on how society acts when you confront them about the food that they consume and some of the ridiculous excuses they come up with as to why they have to eat the junk food that they shove in their faces. So a lot of times you'll find if you speak with someone, you're like, come on man, why don't you just cut out that sugar, you know it's not good for you. Like that's sort of common knowledge amongst people. They sort of know it's not good for you, but they seem to think they can have a little bit of it and it'll be okay. And you say, oh, why do you have meat, or why do you have eggs or oil? And a lot of people don't actually know the negative effects of it, but even the ones that do tend to refuse to accept it. And what's really funny is when you're talking to people and you say cut out sugar and go whole food plant-based or something like that, you'll often get a lot of these funny responses. Oh, 80-20. Oh, what's the point of life without some enjoyment? You know, you're right. I do wake up in the morning and feel healthy and refreshed, and just question myself, where's the enjoyment? Don't you, need sugar? Your body runs off that, doesn't it? And where am I going to get my iron from if I don't have meat? Or protein? Come on, man. Everything in moderation. Yeah, everything in moderation. Would you be alright if you went and had some cyanide in moderation? Well, you're going to die of something, aren't you? I never thought of that. I am going to die of something. You're right, I should try and speed that process up. My grandfather ate it his whole life, and he's lived a reasonably healthy life. So I'm willing to bet you've at least heard of one of those things, or even said it yourself in your time of cleaning up your diet or talking to someone who needs to clean up their diet. And it's really funny because let's say I went and got sugar, or I took away the sweetness from it, and so I went to someone and I said, alright, here's this refined substance. If you eat too much of it, it'll raise your insulin, can cause type 2 diabetes, it'll feed cancer cells, and give you heart disease, cardiovascular disease, extremely addictive. Do you want to add it to your food? And then it actually tastes gross. Everyone will be like, why would I have that? That's terrible. What's the point of having something that's going to poison me and it doesn't even taste nice? Yet then if I go and call it sugar, and it tastes sweet, it gives you all those negative effects just like I listed, everyone's like, makes excuses as to why they should have it just because it tastes good. They're all like, oh, what's life without enjoyment, and whatever they come up with for an excuse as to why they should have this poisonous substance just because it tastes good. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. That's just how society seems to operate. And it's not that hard to find out that sugar's not good for you. I mean, it took me one Google search of refined sugar and it pops up straight away on a little box up in the right hand corner. It gives you the whole refined breaking down of all what's in it. And of course, there's no nutrition in it. It's an anti-nutrient. But people seem to think that they have to have that. If they don't have that, they're not going to feel good about themselves, they're not going to have any enjoyment. There's so many other sweeteners out there that you can have. I mean, if you're making a smoothie and you want to make it sweet, you've got medjool dates, or I've actually put that into cooking as well, or you can get that 100% Canadian maple syrup. Obviously it's still sweet and you don't have heaps of it, but if you look at the actual nutrients dense in maple syrup compared to actually refined sugar, it's loads better, but you still don't want to go having heaps of it. But there is so much you can do without having sugar. I mean, I can cook up pancakes or cakes or biggies or chocolates, all those that are completely plant-based without oil or dairy or anything like that, without cow's milk or anything like that, and they taste amazing, and I know that I'm not having any negative effects. And people want to say about they don't have enjoyment in their life. I mean, I could hop up in the morning and have a slice of cake, and I know that I'm not going to be poisoning myself, and it's purely made up of plant foods. I go and have some pancakes, and I know that I'm not getting all the sugar and the butter and the milk and the eggs, and I have all these enjoyments, and I'm not having any of the worries that these other people do when they have their foods. And when it comes to meat, I mean, come on, you can search that up and the World Health Organization will tell you about it straight away. They've stated that it's a known carcinogen. I mean, what more do you want? Do you want to say smoking's good as well? Because it causes cancer. If meat causes cancer, we might as well be smoking. I mean, that seems to be the way the logic works. And plant-based milks and milk, look that up straight away. You'll find the information there. It's pretty easy. Go to PubMed. You find all the studies on it. It's right at your fingertips, people. I mean, come on. The internet is such a great tool. Use it. So you've really just got to realise sugar is not the only sweetener for you. Meat's not the only tasting food like that. You can have mushrooms, you can have beans, you can have cauliflower. There's actually mixes to mix up cauliflower to make mince. There's so many foods out there for you. Milks, there's plant-based milks. Cheese, you can make cashew cheese and vegan cheese and all this kind of stuff. Even eggs, there's tofu mixes and there's other egg mixes you can make out there. There's such a wide variety, but people seem to think that their only choices are the ones that they've been brought up with just because that's what society does. You've got to expand your knowledge. Look out there. There is so many other options for you, and they're not going to give you any of the negative effects. In fact, they'll all be positive for you. They're plant-based foods. You've got to realize that there's so much more out there for you. But it's just funny to see how society acts when they're confronted with their food choices instead of just opening their mind up and having a look at the other side. So thanks for checking out this video today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It was just a little fun one. And just remember, if you don't care about your body's health now, it won't care about you later. See you later, guys.